Lone Star Park offered a double dose of stakes this past weekend, with a pair of Bank of America Challenge races on Friday, followed by the Dash for Cash Futurity and Derby on Saturday. We're on location for those races here in Grand Prairie, Texas, as they'll be the focus of this edition of the Weekend Wrap-Up.
Raceview Network's Weekend Wrap-Up is sponsored by American Quarter Horse Association, Lone Star Park at Grand Prairie, and by the Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association.
Hi, I'm Jim Byers. Thanks for joining us. We'll also have coverage of an 870-yard stakes race from Zia Park, the Herman Jefferson, coming up. But let's begin here at Lone Star Park with one of the signature races of this fall quarter horse meeting, the Grade 3 Dash for Cash Derby. The purse is $213,200 for this 440-yard test. The fastest qualifier and 6-5 favorite is Eagle Cry, whose best career effort came in the September 15th trial for this. Trained by Rolando Almanza, Eagle Cry is looking for his first stakes tally here. 5-1 third choice Cool and Famous has banked more than $346,000 in earnings, partly thanks to a close second in last year's Texas Classic Futurity. Trained by Toby Keaton, he qualified fifth here while running second to Paint My Pilot. That one is the 5-2 second choice and exits a trial with the second fastest time. Conditioned by Jorge Gonzalez, Paint My Pilot has been out of the money only once in 9 starts, while racing only in trials or finals. And they're off. Eagle Cry is heading out quickly toward the lead. Way on the outside, Carmel Diamond was away quickly, but J.A. Big Bad Gold in lane number 2 is throwing down the gauntlet. And here comes Paint My Pilot, putting a menacing rally here. Paint My Pilot gaining on the outside past J.A. Big Bad Gold. Then comes Rock About It. Paint My Pilot in a Dash for Cash Derby. In his previous 9 races, Paint My Pilot qualified for 2 graded finals and 2 consolations to major races. But this is his first added money win, and he does it wire to wire under Jordanis Amaro, a colt by PYC Paint Your Wagon. Out of the splashback mare Ms. Pilot Point, Paint My Pilot is a Louisiana bred, owned by AA Ranch Incorporated and trained by Jorge Gonzalez. Now 4 for 10, with earnings of nearly $326,000. Paint My Pilot was a $68,000 Ruidoso yearling purchase by AA Ranch from breeder Grant Farms. J.A. Big Bad Goal is second, with Rock About It third. The winner's time, 21.632 seconds. Not all the stakes activity this past week was here at Lone Star Park. Zia Park in Hobbs, New Mexico, offered the $50,000 Herman Jefferson Stakes at 870 yards. 3-year-olds and up contested this one on Sunday. The 3-2 favorite had the rail and the lead from the start, Firethorn.
As they work their way past the quarter pole, Firethorn just in front. Linda T. Fire turning up the pressure second. Street Consumer has room to the inside and is coming on now third. Outside, Dashing for Jewel and Billy Big Rock. Mid-stretch, 2:20 to come. Firethorn leads the way. Linda T. Fire attacking from the outside. It's Firethorn. Linda T. Fire trying to close in, but Firethorn is finding more. Linda T. Fire second best. Firethorn in front.
Here's a 6-year-old enjoying a good year. Firethorn wins for the 3rd time in 6 starts in 2017, with a pair of seconds included. He's an Oklahoma-bred gelding by Shazoon, bred by Danny Joe Miller, and owned by Denicia Guzman Contreras. Cynthia Gonzalez trains, and Dwayne Sterling had the mounts. The time, 46.546 seconds. There's much more to come, including the Grade 2 Dash for Cash Futurity and a pair of Lone Star Park regional challenges right after this timeout.
Lone Star Park's quarter horse season is underway. Highlights of the meet: the Grade 2 Dash for Cash Futurity September 30th, the Grade 1 Refrigerator Handicap October 7th, and the $1 million Texas Classic Futurity November 11th. The world's fastest athletes this fall at Lone Star Park at Grand Prairie.
Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association encourages the breeding and ownership of Oklahoma-bred horses, promotes and protects racing opportunities in the state, and represents our members' interest at the state capitol. Learn more at oqhra.com.
Back in the spring, horses began trying to qualify for Bank of America Challenge Championship Night, a multiple stakes program featuring the 5 division finals in the BOA Racing Challenge Series. Championship Night is right around the corner on October 14th at Prairie Meadows. So we've essentially reached the end of the road as far as horses trying to qualify. The final 2 regional qualifiers took place right here at Lone Star Park this past weekend. Let's begin with the Marial Lone Star Park Distaff Challenge. A full field of 12 lined up for this with a heavy favorite in post 8. Just paint your lips at 4 to 5.
They're off in the Marial Lone Star Park Distaff Challenge. Outstanding start toward the inside here for Rock With Ya Baby. Up on the outside, Just Paint Your Lips came out quickly from between horses. $1 Million Kiss right there, Cocoa Wagon, and One Sweet Sign. Just Paint Your Lips comes to the wire. Another strong performance. Just Paint Your Lips.
Just Paint Your Lips makes the most of her infrequent trips to the races. The Oklahoma-bred 4-year-old by Jess Louisiana Blue, out of the Corona Cartel mare Paint Your Lips, wins for the 6th time in 7 starts for owner-breeder Michael Pohl. Stacy Charette Hill trains, and Cody Jensen traveled to Lone Star Park for the mount. The time on the muddy track, 19.567 seconds. Also on that Friday card, a spot in the Grade 1 final in the distance division goes to the winner of this AQHA Lone Star Distance Challenge at 870 yards. A very rough start put number 7 Zoomin' Racer on the inside for a big stretch rally.
They move off the turn. Aces over 5 has the advantage. Zoomin' Racer is flying. Can he get through on the inside? Here comes Ricky Ramirez with Zoomin' Racer, and he gets through, and he puts away the field in the AQHA Lone Star Distance Challenge.
Here's one to consider for the final if he makes the trip to Iowa. Zoomin' Racer wins for the 3rd time in a row and is officially 3 for 5 since being stretched out to 870 yards by owner-trainer Fernando Carrete. Zoomin' Racer is a Texas-bred 4-year-old by Jess Zoomin, bred by Jerry Wyndham, and ridden here by Ricky Ramirez. The time on a muddy track, 45.791 seconds. On September 16th here at Lone Star Park, 11 trials took place for the Grade 2 Dash for Cash Futurity. The final 2 trial winners ran very similar races and in the process established the fastest 2 qualifying times. Unfortunately, an injury caused fastest qualifier J.A. Am I Blue to be scratched, but the second fastest, Cloud Ridge, remains and is the 4 to 5 favorite. Cloud Ridge has won 3 straight, including the restricted Grade 3 Easy Jet Stakes at Remington Park this spring. Trained by Stacy Capps, Cloud Ridge blew out his trial opposition by 3 lengths. The 8-1 4th choice is the Cartel of Miracle, one of 2 in here, trained by Josue Ponce. The Cartel of Miracle earned his way here by running 2nd behind J.A. Am I Blue in the fastest trial. Ponce's other runner is 3-Bar Cartel, whose official debut in the trial produced the 4th fastest time, despite drifting out badly. Once again, he's drawn the rail and is well supported as the 4-1 second choice. The filly Jess Adalita brings a 4-outing win streak into this, including a stake score in the John Deere Retama Park Juvenile Challenge. From the barn of Antonio Delgado Sr., Jess Adalita is 6-1. Apolitical to Know actually had the 11th fastest time, but drew in after the defection of one of the original top 10. Trained by Eusebio Huitron, this filly faces her toughest test after ducking in and running a close second in her trial. She's going off at 17-1.
And they're off. Bumping and jamming toward the inside is 3-Bar Cartel and 4 out here in the initial strides. 3-Bar Cartel has the lead past Apolitical to Know. Jess Adalita, and on the outside, Capital Ice. 3-Bar Cartel bearing out. Apolitical to Know is right there. Cloud Ridge getting into it very late.
A wild finish in the Dash for Cash Futurity goes to 3-Bar Cartel over Apolitical to Know, with Cloud Ridge on the far outside, a troubled 3rd. Just as in the trial, 3-Bar Cartel abandoned the inside and wound up in the middle of the track, but holds on to win his first graded race in just his 2nd official lifetime start. Damian Martinez aboard. 3-Bar Cartel was bred in Oklahoma by Dr. Curtis Smith and was purchased for $18,000 at last year's Heritage Place sale by Ruben Garcia Montemayor. Josue Ponce is the trainer. Lone Star Park's Rodney Nelson spoke with the winning connections.
I mean, he's just a great horse. He's still a little green. He's second out, but he's a great horse. He just left great, and I left hanging with the 3 the whole way. We just went head to head the whole race.
Thank you.
It was a real horse race right there.
So out of the gate, it looks like he made a move over to the center of the track without you asking him, right?
He always does that. I don't know why.
Now the stewards put up the inquiry sign. Were you nervous about it?
Actually, yeah. I mean, it's a big race, and to get disqualified like that,
Now you won this race last year on Iron Capo,
Yes,
so now
sir.
you've won it twice in a row. What does that mean to you?
feels great.
How did you feel with the horse coming into the race, first of all?
We felt kind of pressured, because the horse has that problem, where he ducks in, to the right. We're trying to get him right for the finals, but the horse ate good. He worked for us good and everything. We're just hoping for that good break. We didn't get it this time, but I think he's getting better, and he was fast enough to get out of there.
What are the future plans?
We'll probably rest him now, and then we'll see how he pulls up. And we'll probably be in the Evangeline Nouns fraternity, but we don't know yet. We'll see how he pulls up first.
Final time for 400 yards on the fast track, 19.821 seconds.
You're not just my horse. You're my family. I may hold the reins, but you hold my heart.
Lone Star Park's quarter horse season is underway. Highlights of the meet: the Grade 2 Dash for Cash Futurity September 30th, the Grade 1 Refrigerator Handicap October 7th, and the $1 million Texas Classic Futurity November 11th. The world's fastest athletes this fall at Lone Star Park.
And they're off in the Dash for Cash Juvenile. Lane number 3, Indomable Cartel, showing that brilliant speed. Black Onyx in the yellow is right there. Gold Line in lane number 2. And here from the far outside, Mr. Baylegs is rushing up. Mr. Baylegs closing hard at Black Onyx. Mr. Baylegs takes it on the outside.
Raceview Network's Weekend Wrap-Up is sponsored by American Quarter Horse Association, Lone Star Park at Grand Prairie, and by the Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association.
That's all for now. Be sure to join us next week for a busy show that will include the Grade 1 Refrigerator Handicap from right here at Lone Star Park, as well as graded races from Zia Park and Los Alamitos. I'm Jim Byers from here at Lone Star Park in Grand Prairie, Texas. Thanks again for watching, and we hope you'll catch us next time here on the Weekend Wrap-Up.